on digital radio, on the app, on your smart speaker, on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch.tv, and Facebook.
The Sportscast. Expect the unexpected.
The Jersey Boys Sports Talk presented by The Sportscast.
The Jersey Boys Sports Talk with Victor Arocho and Byron Jones. And here's your host, Victor Arocho.
All right, let's get it going, baby. Live out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Welcome to the Jersey Boys Sports Talk, hosted by Byron Jones and Victor Arocho, brought to you by The Sportscast. Today is May 9th, 2024. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to The Sportscast on all our channels, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, iTunes. Smash the like button. We're streaming live on YouTube right now. Smash the like button, hit the notifications. You'll be notified every time. You're also welcome to join us, hit the comments, and we will invite you into our podcast. If you are on iTunes, subscribe to the Jersey Boys Sports Talk podcast. Use the purple little icon, hit it, look for Jersey Boys Sports Talk. You see me and Byron's beautiful faces there. And subscribe, leave us a comment to help us out a lot. Also, you go to Spotify and find us on Jersey Boys Sport Talk, subscribe, and you can listen to our show. On the YouTube channel, we have a lot of our documents that we put together. We have our other shows on the Sportscast. We have documents like Byron does an awesome job with depth charts. He does an awesome job with the top 25 receivers, quarterbacks, defensive line. For those of you who are in fantasy football, I would look at Byron's list because he does an excellent job. All right, let's get going. Welcome to the show, Mr. Byron. How are you doing?
Wonderful. Just got finished messing with the little tykes with the flag football, getting ready for a game Saturday. Yay!
Awesome. How old are they?
5 to 14. But I have the 10U and I got 12U. That's what I coach.
Oh, so you took 10U and 12U. And it was a 7-on-7?
5-on-5.
5-on-5. Okay, awesome. Well, that's always fun. Flag football.
Wait a minute.
I think flag football would have been great for us in our town to start for like a feeder system into football.
Yeah, instead of the lousy Pop Warner team that we had when I played, the Perth Amboy Buffaloes, we suck. I don't think they won a game for like 30 years.
But not only that, there's a lot of parents. Like my parents didn't let me play football. I had to like sneak in football my junior year. Like, my father made me come out freshman year, and then that's how they knew me. And then sophomore year, I didn't play. I busted my knee. And then junior year, I came out. I had to sneak to the physical. But the thing is, you know how people are with football. Flag is a good stepping stone to get your skills perfected, I think. At least especially in our town, because our town had a lot of skilled players to begin with, right? We have athletes. Great for athletes to start honing in their system. The only thing they should do what they do, like in Georgia. Like in Georgia, their pop water teams or flag teams are run by the head football coach. Like they're running their offense.
Oh yeah,
they're wearing their uniforms. Like it was like everything is groomed for the town. Like
for them to get to the next level.
It's a feeder system all the way up. Dave Pollock played on one of those teams. All right, well, let's get going. We got a great show. We got Papa Paul getting ready to join us right now. And let's bring him to the stage. And here we go. Papa Paul, how are you? Welcome.
Wonderful. How are y'all doing tonight?
Awesome. Welcome to Jersey Boys Sports Talk. You are running your podcast. It's the WCFL fan, correct?
Yeah. WCFL Dolphins Talk.
That's it. WCFL Dolphins Talk. And when is it show? When does it air?
8:45 p.m. Wednesday nights.
8:45 p.m. It's a great show, especially if you're a big Dolphin fan. But they talk all around the league. They have a lot of hosts on their show. They all talk great camaraderie, great true fans that actually travel to away and home games. I'm kind of envious. I got to go to one of the games just to hang out with you guys.
Yes, you do. Well, I'm working on. I wanted the schedule to come out this week because I got to see when the New England game falls up in New England because I'm looking at going to that one, and I'm looking at going to the Houston game.
All right. Well, we got to talk because I want to know how you get away tickets that easily, right? You know what I mean? Like how do you season ticket holder here is one thing, but trying to get away tickets all the time can't be that easy. Well,
As
we'll
soon
talk.
as the schedule comes out, it's usually easy to pick them up right then.
Really? All right. Well, we'll check it out. I got to do that one year. I want to enjoy football the whole season, but the problem is for the show, I got to listen to all the shows. All right, let's get going. Mr. Byron, let's talk about Giants. What are we doing signing another quarterback? Can you help me out here?
I,
Is it not enough that they wanted us to draft a quarterback? Now we're picking a fourth quarterback. Who's going? Cutlets or this guy, the fourth quarterback? Because I mean, you're
well,
allowed to
this
keep
guy,
three now, right?
yeah, but they'll throw one of them on the the practice squad. But this guy played CFL. This is the first time I've ever heard this dude, Nathan Rourke, I think his name is, or something like that. And it's just weird that we got all those quarterbacks. And we'll talk about it later. We got all those wide receivers. Must have about 20 of them. Got about 17 offensive linemen. It's a whole. Well, they're up to, I think it's like 90 or 100 is the number total we can have. But we got a whole lot of bodies. A lot of.
Mhm. Yeah. We also added some more receivers, didn't we?
Yes, we did. We added Allen Robinson. He used to play for the
Yep.
Pittsburgh Steelers. We just picked
Yep.
him up. I think Miles Boykin, another guy we picked up that played for somebody else. So we just, everybody else is, I ain't gonna say trash, but everybody else, people, the Giants pick up everything, especially if they're a Buffalo Bill. If they're a Buffalo Bill, they're guaranteed to come up here.
So we're doing like the Bills East NFC.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. We got a bunch of guys that play for the Buffalo Bills.
Well, I mean, it hasn't really worked out for Buffalo, so I don't know how it's going to work out in the NFC East. Let me ask you a question. What do you think we should be doing?
They're headed in the right direction because they picked a bunch of linemen, so you figure only five can play at a time. Them having a new offensive line coach should help a lot. Picking up Brian Burns, edge rusher is going to help. Thibodeau, on the other side. The kid that they drafted, for corner from Kentucky, should help out because he's going to be a slot with instead of Darnay get burnt home. So it should be interesting.
And Papa Paul, what do you think about us signing a fourth quarterback? I mean, we got Tommy Cutlets, we got Drew Lock, we got Daniel
Well,
Jones.
He was picked up. He was picked up off of waivers, but at the same time, Atlanta tried getting him.
I want to talk about that one next. Okay,
I mean,
let's keep that. Atlanta's making moves. Arthur Blank is either getting really old, right?
These teams are going nuts, signing multiple quarterbacks. With Atlanta, they just paid Cousins big bucks. They drafted quarterback number 9 in the first round, and then they just tried to pick up Rourke from the waivers. But the Giants beat them to it.
What's Rourke's contract, Byron?
Probably regular rookie contract. I don't know exactly what that is, but
Rourke
it's not a lot.
Well, he came off of waivers.
Not a rookie, but he's probably like either a second or third year player, whatever he is. I think it was with Jacksonville, and he's with New England, and so he's probably like minimum veterans pay whatever that $1 million or $2 million or whatever. It's $1 million or $2 more than I got.
Okay, and are they what's the report saying? Is Cutlets going to go to the practice squad, or is he?
They're not saying it. Well, you figure Daniel Jones is not going to start the season. I don't think he's going to start.
We already know Drew Lock is going to start, right?
He's going to start the season. You're going to have Tommy Cutlets, the backup, and probably this fourth guy, either a practice squad or if he could beat out, Tommy DeVito for that third job. So one of those things is going to happen with that whole mess.
And okay, so but how? What are we doing for the line?
Well, we did pick up what's his name? Evan Neal's cousin. We signed. I think he was at Florida State, and he went. I think Florida Atlantic or somewhere else he ended up. But we picked up his cousin a couple of days ago, and he plays offensive line. He's huge too. He's like 6'7", 6'8", whatever he is. And they just picked him up, and they signed Jake Kubas. They signed a kid from North Dakota State, like a guaranteed contract, even though he was an undrafted free agent, and he got like a guaranteed like $270,000. So most likely he's going to make the team, if they paid him, that kind of money, up front. So
right.
yeah, the offensive line is going to be interesting.
The funny part is guaranteeing 270,000, and you're like saying he's going to make the team. Yet Denver forego 50 something mil. What was it? What was how much was it? They got a cap hit of 85 million.
85 million.
Oh my God, I just don't get that one. Papa Paul. So, what do you think about Dallas's inactivity? I know we're talking. You're an AFC guy, but I mean, Dallas hasn't done anything.
No, they haven't, and it's like a quiet before a storm or something. I think they're just going to try and pick up all the free agents that don't get picked up, probably, to try and boost her without going deep into the pockets. I mean, that's all I could see.
And Byron. I mean, they have to sign. Like, there's several guys. Have they signed Micah Parsons yet? Trayvon Diggs. Is it who is it? CD Lamb.
Nope.
So they haven't signed any of these guys, and they haven't done Dak's extension either.
Nope.
So that's probably what they're waiting for.
Let him dry.
Oh my God! All right.
Well, they did resign Zeke though. Zeke did go back, so.
Yeah, well, we kind of knew that was going to happen, but they didn't sign him for much. What was Zeke's contract? But I like Zeke. I think they needed some type of running back like that. I mean, that was a bad move letting him go.
Yeah, but they need to fix it off the line too when they lost all those guys. So, he's doing. Yeah.
Let me see. Let's see what he got. He got a 1-year deal. Oh my God, the contract has a maximum value. Wow. He only got a $3 million.
Yeah, but remember this: the Cowboys still owed him money, so he's still getting $6. So technically, he's getting $9 million.
Oh, they owed him money, so they were paying for him when he was with New England.
Yeah, they paid for him to go away.
Yeah,
and they have to pay for him to come back.
There you go. So he's still making the $9 million that he asked for before. Hey, that was a brilliant move. Way to go, Jerry.
And they still won the chair. They still won the division.
Yeah, but
so the odds. Look, Philly's making really good moves. I think Philly's still going to be the team to beat.
Yeah, they're making a lot of moves.
Number one, and number two, if history comes back to prove itself, it's been 20 plus years since anyone in the NFC has won back-to-back conference titles.
Yep.
So the likelihood is Philly's going to win it. Now remember, before last year, I was picking the Giants every year because I thought we had a shot. And now I'm not even branching it, Byron. Unless they show me something, I don't have any confidence in the ownership. I don't have confidence in the management. I don't have confidence in the coaches. I do have confidence in some of the players. I do. Byron, you're going to be pretty shocked. I still believe it. I believe in Daniel Jones as at least. Yeah. I believe in for him. I believe in for him for there's no other reason. There's other things to fix, and I don't think he's hurting us, right? My biggest issue, like I've always said, is what they did Eli wrong, and that everybody was just rooting for him, and now everybody's rooting to get rid of him. But we paid him. He's been able to do pretty decent in what he's done. He hasn't hurt us. You understand? But we have way bigger problems than the quarterback. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the deal there. Washington, Washington's Washington. I don't know how much I want to get into that. Any updates on Washington?
No, not really.
Nothing big. All right. Well, let's give a little bit of love to the Dolphins here. They picked up a former Giant, Odell Beckham. Papa Paul, what do you think about that pick?
Well, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we got him at a good price, and his guaranteed money is only $3 million or $3.5 million. The rest is all incentives, and if he actually makes those incentives, then we're doing pretty good. Because he'll be our third receiver. We haven't had a third receiver really.
Well, his contract he can earn up to $8.25 million. But that's full of incentives, right?
Yeah, that's all incentive based. So that's what I'm saying. If he gets his incentive base, that means he's doing a good job.
It's interesting. I wonder why he's leaving. I wonder why he's leaving the Ravens because he was so hyped to go play for Lamar Jackson.
Well, he had, from what I heard, he had opportunities to play elsewhere too, but he chose to come to South Beach.
Well,
Yeah, but look at him with you got Waddle, you got Tyreek Hill, and now you're going to have Odell Beckham's going to be the third guy. So that means
Yep.
you're going to have the third worst cornerback covering Odell. So he should put, even if he gets 50 catches or 60, that's a good season for him. But yeah, he's going to be a problem, for that third cornerback, with the other two receivers on that team.
Oh, most definitely. But go back with Miami. You know how McDaniels does a lot of things different with his offensive line and all. There's talk of him going to a 3-man backfield since he picked up that other running back that's full of speed from Tennessee.
3-man backfield. That's interesting.
Because they can all catch as well.
Right, but it's kind of tight, right? They're not spread. It's going to be harder to spread the field. Well, you got Tyreek Hill.
But
right?
You have a 3-man backfield, and then you put like Tyreek and Waddle and Odell out there on the outside.
But you got Odell. So, I mean, you're going to have 3 in the back and 3 receivers. That's 6. How are you going to do that?
No, you have 2 receivers is what I'm saying. You have 2 receivers, 3 in the backfield. That's 11 altogether.
Yeah, but
That's
which
something like you could
receiver
run
won't
something
be
like a
in?
wing team.
But
Like a wing team.
But which of the 3 receivers would not be in at that time?
Well, it could be probably Odell, but I mean, it could be they can alternate. What I'm saying, getting at is it's really going to throw the defense off because you have basically 5 people that can really catch a ball, but you have 3 of them in the backfield that can run it, so you don't know which way they're going to go with anything.
Mm-hmm. He also helps with protection.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. It also helps.
You could have 2 running backs in the backfield and a tight end back there also, then 2 wide receivers, stuff like that. It's
you could also line up. You could also line up in the 3-man backfield and then motion into a slot.
Yes, and that running back, he's got great speed that we picked up from Tennessee. Another Jalen, so that's 4 Jalens we have on the team.
The killer Jays instead of killer bees.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me tell you though, Byron, you got a good point. I didn't realize you got Tyreek Hill, you got Waddle, and you got Odell Beckham. That's a pretty tough. That's tough trio of receivers to cover.
Who's the tight
Plus
end?
the running backs.
Who's the tight end now?
We still have we still have what's his name?
It's not Gesicki, right? He left, right?
No,
Gesicki left. He left last year.
He was with New England last year. Now he's with somebody else. Durham Smythe. Mm-hmm. We have him, and then we still have another rookie that didn't play a whole lot last year. But we picked up 1 or 2 UDFAs that we've actually given contracts to. I mean, minimal contracts, like $100,000, $200,000 guaranteed. So it's there's been a lot going on, even though
they actually make less. They make $100,000 in the NFL. I can't imagine that.
No. That's just the guaranteed money. Whatever the minimum, I think the minimum is like 600,000 or 700,000 is like the minimum for a rookie. So they're gonna, they're guaranteed to get, the 150.
The guarantee get the 150 with incentives to make more.
We've had great luck with UDFAs, but we did pick up.
Hey, for our listeners, explain what a UDFA is.
Undrafted free agents.
All right.
We did pick up quarterbacks, so that gives us 4 quarterbacks as well.
Now, you mentioned earlier before we were in the green room, we were talking about possibly picking up Tannehill. Imagine that, Byron. Tannehill coming back.
There's talk, but it's probably just a reporter trolling.
Right. I just said I wouldn't do that to Tua, right? Because I'm not doing the hand quotes. If you notice when I talked about Tua, Byron, right? That if he stays healthy, but Paul brought up a good point. He still hasn't played a full. Last year was his first full season, right?
First full season out of his entire career that he's been healthy. in college too.
Yeah, because he did get hurt his last year.
Well, he got hurt more than that. He was hurt before the year before that too.
Right.
He's had problems his whole career staying healthy.
Well, he stayed healthy last year, and he did perform pretty well. So, I'm going to give him credit. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt this year, right? But it's a scary thing you have to worry about your quarterback being injured, right?
And that's where I really would not want them to give him a contract this year. They say it's going to happen before the season starts.
Oof.
That's one of those things we have to wait and see. I'd rather see him play his 5th year out. If he stays healthy, then depending on how he plays, which I hope he really balls out, I would give him the contract after his 5th year. But if he just plays like he did last year, can't really necessarily win the big games, but he's winning and he's producing, I would franchise tag him next year.
Now, Byron,
I mean, you're taking a chance because if he balls out, then of course his price is going to go up.
I think they could franchise tag him like twice, so they can get him. Well, this year, and then you know what, we want to roll the dice again, and then get him again. And that's like 7 years that I got this guy locked up. Wow, yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, he's on his 5th year contract right now. This coming year.
Okay. Yeah.
So and he's only getting, I think, 18.9.
It's funny how we say only 18.9 million.
Well, compared to a lot of other quarterbacks and stuff, hell, I've said it before. I would go be on the practice squad for the $12,000 a week they get.
Yeah, I'll take that too.
Yeah, just not at this age.
No, not a good idea.
Yeah.
No, it's not. But I'd still be willing to try it.
Hold on one second. Shoot, man, this lady's killing me. Byron, I was just looking. Did you send me an email?
Probably the depth chart. Updated. That was it.
Oh, Santiago sent you an invitation. Why is he sending out invitations?
And then the Dolphins did sign a quarterback from UTEP. Undrafted guy.
Yes. That's our 4th quarterback. Yes.
That's what you were talking about, right? Earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, the Dolphins only have right now. They only have like 78 people listed as part of the roster.
And they can sign a lot more than that.
Yes, and so post June 1st, really, when we get that other 18 million from Howard, is when they're going to really start looking at some other people.
Byron, how many we have on our roster?
Close to 100. Then the Dolphins signed Storm Duck, a cornerback from Louisville.
Yeah,
they gave him a little bit. They gave him a $20,000 signing bonus, which is a lot for an undrafted guy, and $150,000 guaranteed.
Yeah. Storm Duck. He's got that professional football name.
Yeah, Storm Duck.
You've been ducked.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, what you call it? The Dolphins. That was their 4th quarterback, and so now pretty much the team needs 4 quarterbacks, right? They need a practice squad quarterback. Where does that 3rd quarterback? He's just not allowed to dress up. Byron, what is the rule?
He's allowed to travel with the team. He cannot play unless you lose both quarterbacks.
Right.
You can lose your 1st string quarterback as long as your 2nd string quarterback stays healthy. He still cannot play.
So they're allowed to carry 4. They're allowed to carry 4 quarterbacks. I mean, 3 quarterbacks, right? Assuming but 4 would be assuming you're having one on the practice squad,
right?
As opposed to before it was the practice squad, and because that happened with Brock Purdy, that was really the Brock Purdy role, right?
Brock Purdy and Josh Johnson, the other quarterback,
because they had everybody was hurt.
Yeah, they had poor Christian back there trying to play quarterback.
Exactly.
That's when they made the rule, and then the talk about going to an 18-game season with 2 preseason games. If they do that, they got to up the roster from 53 to at least 60, if not 63 or 65.
Now, what are they trying to do? Add another game?
Well, we
Why?
play. They want regular season game for the money. It's all money. It's all politics. It's all money. But you got to look at, we're still playing 20 games. We played 20 games back in the 70s.
Yep.
We just had 14 regular season games, 6 preseason games. Now we have 17 regular season games, 3 preseason games. It's still 20 games.
Yeah. The sad part is that I don't know. Byron, what do you think? If it's the same amount of games, I think back in the day, the players played more in preseason than they do today.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that.
Which then leads to bad football in the beginning of the year.
Or injuries,
or lots of injuries because they're not ready to play, because they're not playing, because some of those guys just don't want to play, right? Unless it's a real game. I don't know. I don't. I mean, you can't doubt the NFL though, because they actually have really good parity, right? When you got to turn around a team like Detroit in 3 years, that's pretty impressive.
Well, another team you got to look at is look what Houston did last year, and look at the amount of picks they had this year and the players they picked up.
And they were good last year.
Yes.
Right. I'll tell you, but let me tell you, the teams that I think that are on the rise that you got to watch out for is the I still Detroit, right?
Yeah.
But the young teams are Detroit's going to be good again this year. And I think that and I feel that Green Bay and the Houston Texans are 2 young, good teams. Byron?
Houston is extremely young.
Yeah, both of them. They got young coaches, innovative coaches, both teams, and they got the quarterbacks, for the near future, because they're playing on a rookie deal, so they're going to be able to add the different pieces, that they need, during, if they need this, they can get this. If they need that, they can get that. But both of them are set up, for success now. And Houston, how did that all happen? Because of Deshaun Watson.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Trading him. Getting the picks,
and getting the picks,
and not having to pay him all that money.
Yeah, but they weren't going to pay him that kind of money. Let me tell you, Cleveland messed up. I don't think. I don't know. I haven't seen, but what I don't understand is that I don't know. Kirk Cousins. I don't even want to get in there. I hate talking about him in this context. I'm proud of him. I'm not. He can't be jealous of a guy who does what he's supposed to do and gets paid. But to win one playoff game and to be literally about to beat Brady in earnings, I just can't understand. Like, what is it? He's got the gift. His agent. He's got the gift or something. I mean, I don't know what they see.
He's got the greatest. He's got the greatest agent in the history of sports.
And then Deshaun Watson. You got to admit that Cleveland contract, that was terrible. That's a bust, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's played. I think he's played maybe one full season, if that. Not even a full season yet.
I don't think he's played a full season yet.
And outside his personal issues, I like Deshaun Watson as a player. It's not like I don't, but I just think he hasn't performed. He hasn't done the things that he needed to do. Let's get to Atlanta. What do you think is happening in Atlanta, Byron? Okay. Arthur Blank didn't even know they were going to pick a quarterback. And now they went and picked up another quarterback, or Atlanta was trying to go after another quarterback. Okay, if Arthur Blank didn't know that they were picking a quarterback in the draft, you think he knew they were trying to go after quarterback we picked up?
Probably not. They're trying to say that Atlanta is trying to follow the Green Bay mold as far as having a quarterback ready.
Who's they? That's what Santiago or they?
No, I've heard that too. That they're trying to. They'll have Penix sit for 3 or 4 years following Cousins.
But the crazy thing with him is he's 24 years old. So by the time
I thought he was like 26 or 27. Penix.
24. No, it's 24. So you figure. So if you
That's what
sit
someone said last night.
He's got a doctorate. He's got a doctorate. He's 12 and under, but he's 16.
but you figure they're gonna have the Green Bay model. All right, you got Brett Favre. You have Aaron Rodgers sitting high pick. He sits there 3 years. All right, it's time to move along. And then they turn around and do it again. Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love. Oh, time to move along. And it looks like Atlanta tried to, but Green Bay was going to Super Bowls and the playoffs and all this other stuff. Atlanta's still trying, to build a team. They got a great running back, Bijan Robinson. They got receiver. They got a tight end. Maybe you would think that you would get a little help on the defensive side and craft somebody on defense, to help them out a little bit, or an offensive lineman, or maybe another receiver. But a quarterback, and one that was a little fragile in college, that wasn't a good idea.
Well, listen. Here's my thought on that. I agree with everything you just said regarding how do you model after a team in philosophy wise. I understand that you're trying to get a quarterback, hold him for 3 years, and groom him and let him go. I get that, but in the process, you need to remember that you got a Hall of Fame quarterback followed by another Hall of Fame quarterback, right? Each one won a Super Bowl. Each one won multiple playoff games. Each one won MVP, right? You don't have the same formula. Kirk Cousins you're going to follow a guy who's won one playoff game. The only thing you should learn from him is how to sign a contract.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you're going to learn. You're going to learn, hey, bro, dude, wait your time out. Perform great in practice. Don't worry about winning, but get a contract like mine. I mean, that's the only thing I can see in Atlanta, number one. Number two, if you're going the Green Bay way, don't you think that Arthur Blank, the owner, should have known that? Yeah. Because he was surprised by the pick. So
yeah, you saw the poor general manager look like he was trying to explain to him what he just did.
Exactly. And then the one more component is are they vying for job security? Because if you lay out a plan like that, you can't get rid of the coach who's deciding to do that. Yes or no? Think about it, right? You got to when they did it with Favre, when they did it with Aaron Rodgers, right? The same coach was there. Now Favre, when they went to quarterback, who's the coach with Brett Favre? Because McCarthy was with Aaron Rodgers, right?
Oh man.
McCarthy was the coach there when Favre was there, but he didn't win the championship. Who was the coach when Favre won the championship? Do you know?
I think the guy came from Seattle. Wasn't he? Seattle first.
So anyhow, I just I don't understand what Atlanta's doing. And if I would have done it, if it was me and I was going to go to Green Bay way, I would have did it while Matt Ryan was there. Because whatever you want to say about Matt Ryan, he was still a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Right, high pick. He did deliver. Brought him to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right, brought him to the Super Bowl, and you always thought they were in it with Matt Ryan behind there. Is that a fair statement?
Yep.
But I would have did it with Matt Ryan, not Kirk Cousins. So I don't know what Atlanta. Let's go. Let's move on. All right, what's happening? All right, so what else do you think is going to take place in the AFC East? What do you think is happening with New England? What about your competition, Papa Paul? What do you think Buffalo's going to be? What do you think? How about the Jets? I mean, there's a lot to talk about. You got way more to talk about the AFC East than we do have in the NFC East.
Yeah, the Buffalo. It's hard to say. They've lost some good players this year, and we picked up a couple of them. We picked up players. Yeah. So who knows what's going on with Buffalo? The Jets is, I think, are going to be better contenders than what people are thinking out there. It depends on who you talk to. Some of them have us at the bottom of the AFC and the Jets at the top, or we're at the top and the Jets are at the bottom. I think New England's going to be at the bottom again. New England's just not not ready yet. They're still revamping everything. Buffalo, they got Josh Allen. I don't care for the guy a whole lot. To me, he's a big crybaby, but he does do things when it counts.
Who's that?
Josh Allen.
Yeah. AFC East Division odds. Dolphins, Jets look to finally overtake the Bills. They're predicting after chaotic season, the finish in the division last season, the Buffalo Bills are the favorites. They're favorites to repeat.
Yeah, I mean, we've made it to the playoffs 2 years in a row. You got to look. The first year was 7th seed. This past year, we had a chance to win the division. We blew it, but we still were improved on the playoff round. We were a 6th seed. It's an improvement. This is McDaniel's 3rd year. It's a wait and see game. What he does, what he changes up to move us past that step into where we can either win the division or at least win a playoff game.
Byron, where do you see AFC East? What do you think? Who's going to win? Who's going to do what?
I think if Miami fixes their defense a little bit, the two guys that were hurt, the two edge rushers, come back, and they did pick up Chop Robinson, edge rusher from Penn State.
Yep.
As far as they fix the defense, the offensive line needs to be tinkered with a little bit because they got all the weapons, that they need. Then you have Buffalo is going to be minus, Diggs, because they traded him away. So not going to have a rookie. The kid, he's pretty funny too. Coleman from Florida State, is their pick, as far as receiver. So, but he is a rookie, with a veteran, quarterback. The Jets have, Rodgers, but the Jets also probably have the best defense, in the division because they did pick up Hassan Reddick from the Philadelphia Eagles, and New England is going to have. Drake May is going to sit. Jacoby Brissett is going to be the guy. And, that's the best thing, for the kid to sit instead of just throwing him into fire, toward the end of the season. But, it's the Jets to win, Miami, Buffalo, but, they're kind of be shaky on offense in New England.
So you think Jets are going to take the division?
Yes.
Interesting. That's if Rodgers stays healthy.
They worked on offensive line. They got him a real left tackle, Tyron Smith. We don't know if he's going to play.
He's still got to stay healthy. He's come off a serious injury.
But I'm just saying the tackle too. He always gets hurt, but they did pick up the best, left tackle that was available. And they picked up a guard, and they needed a center. So they've worked on the offensive line, and they still do have, they have weapons for him. But like you said, Aaron Rodgers is coming off Achilles injury, so his health, you got to keep him upright. So we'll see about him.
And you got to give Salah credit. He always has a good defense.
Yes, but if he doesn't
even last year, he still only averaged giving up 20 points.
But if he doesn't win this year, he's gonna be jobless.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Ask y'all one opinion. Do you think the field is the problem?
Yes.
For a lot of these injuries.
Yes.
And our stadium, yes.
For sure. Oh, that's terrible.
There's no confusion. There's no confusion.
Everybody comes in and gets hurt.
One of your guys got injured.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
Jalen Phillips, and he's actually way ahead of schedule as far as recovery.
We must have the most receivers that have hamstring issues than any team in the entire NFL.
Then
yes.
I don't understand why they don't look at the stats and everything of the injuries, where they're being from, and change the field to regular grass like everyone else has.
Because the cheap owners don't want to divvy up the money to pay for it.
Yeah, because they're probably I bet you it's a stupid argument between who's paying for it, the Jets or the Giants.
Who cares? Yeah. Both owners are billionaires. I'm pretty sure they could put their pennies together and fix the field, but they just won't do it.
Yeah, I mean, but if I was the other teams, I'd be concerned playing there because we've had a lot of opposing players get injured on MetLife Field, and it's bad. You're talking there's 16 games played there. You would think the NFL would jump in, because this is not like the Dolphins stadium where only the Dolphins play 8 home games. You got 2 NFL teams that play 8 home games. That's 16 games that you have a shot of players getting hurt. You got a
Well,
shot of 100 and something players out of 16 games getting hurt.
it's like Hooked Up Joe just mentioned in the comments. The NFLPA said they wanted grass but haven't forced it. Soccer demands it.
Oh, is there a soccer team playing there? No, Byron.
No, not there, but there's soccer teams playing on other fields and others. We have a soccer team playing at Miami's Hard Rock at times.
Right? Is that grass? Hard Rock?
Yes.
It's got to
Yes.
be. You know why, right? Messi won't play on turf.
Really?
No, and
It's in his contract.
Soccer won't let them. Soccer demands grass.
Yeah, but there's got to be play areas where it's not grass because Messi has it in his contract that he won't play on turf. So it's got to be some fields got to have non-grass. Other than
There's
grass.
probably some fields of some sort. And a part of his contract is probably could be for exhibition games or anything like that too.
Yeah, well, when you got a player at that level, magnitude, demanding it, it's got to be there. But yeah, they got to fix something there because that's it's just terrible. I think it's the field. Hey, listen, go ahead.
They might have to fix that field because they're going to have the World Cup in New York in 2026. So they have to do something with it, if before that.
That's interesting. So the World Cup's going to be at MetLife?
Yeah, in 2026. Yep.
Oh, I'm definitely coming up for that. They're going to have to fix it because, those soccer players, the big time guys, will not play on turf. And it's going to tell you something. If soccer players who run for a living don't want to play on it, right? Why would you put men that are a lot bigger playing on a field that could get them injured? Because the football players are a lot bigger than soccer players.
Well, like you said, because they're cheap.
Well, I mean, it's not just the Giants aren't the only ones that don't have real grass, right? They're not the only team.
No, it's not the But for some reason, when people come play, at MetLife, they get hurt.
Yeah, but that's a different turf. That's the only turf that I ever seen someone fall down and get up with like black freckles.
It's like
what is that stuff? That's like tires or something?
Like rubber pellets or something that's on
well,
there.
It's probably shredded tires is what it is because it is. That's what they do with a lot of the tires. You shred them for whether it's mulch or whatever.
Right. Well, they got anyhow. So, hey, Pittsburgh is making some decent moves. They picked up another receiver. I told you, man, they got money. They're putting the right pieces around Russell Wilson and teeing up the stage for Justin Fields. Byron, you got nothing to say on the Pittsburgh?
No.
He's upset to say, come on, man.
No, they were talking about with Justin that it would be a mad move to put him. They were talking about putting him as kick returner and some kind of special gadget plays.
Nah. You there, Byron? We're losing you. I put him in as a wildcat quarterback, but I would have put him as a punt returner, kick returner. Papa Paul, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put my future quarterback in any position. Look what happened to us at Jason Zehorn. They wanted a great cornerback. They put him at kick returner. He's out. He pretty much ended his career.
Yeah. I couldn't see that happening on any team, really.
Yeah, I don't think Tomlin would have that. We lost you for a second. You're freezing, bro. Can you hear us?
Oh, you were freezing.
Nah, me and Papa Paul were still talking.
Well, I hear where you said that. What'd you say?
Because you froze. So what did you say? Because you're the one who got cut off.
I said that a couple of announcers they were talking about as far as like putting them at kick returner or wide receiver or running back, and all that's going to do is mess up the kid as far as getting him to play these other positions when he should be working on his craft as a quarterback. That's what I said.
Yes, yeah, I agree with that.
Hookup Joe said when the NFL goes to all grass, Ross will be selling grass to other teams. Eat your heart out, but not Ricky. That's funny. Shoot, I was gonna just say something on that. Pittsburgh. Byron, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. That threw me off on that piece. The All right, pick me up here, Byron. Where did you just leave off at?
Justin Fields.
Justin Field. Oh, we're saying I put him in a wildcat position. I don't know if I'd put him in a returning position. That's crazy.
Yeah, but why would you even want to put him there? He came there, to work on his craft, being a quarterback. That's what the kid is. And give him, maybe he needs to sit behind Russell Wilson, whatever. But don't make him the next Slash like with Cordell, Stewart. Don't do that there.
I just think to give him a little bit of time on the field to protect Russell Wilson. I don't think he's going to run dual quarterback. I'm just saying if I would put him in, I'd put him in on the wildcat position, right, where he could either run and throw. Now you got a problem, right? But other than that, I'd have him just wait his time behind Russell Wilson.
Oh, yeah. Here it is real quick about with the soccer. Per the regulations, every host team must have a grass field, so they do have to change it to grass in 2026.
Yeah.
Wow.
For every soccer. So what do you say? I'm confused. World Cup has to have it, but you're saying in soccer in general, they all have grass fields?
No, I'm just saying per FIFA regulations, every host stadium must have a grass field. So for 2026, since they're the host field, they got to have grass.
So they're waiting for the last second to change it.
Of course.
That's amazing. But they also mentioned T.J. Watt may come back to Houston. What do you think about that?
J.J. Watt, you mean?
Yeah, J.J. Watt. Yes.
I loved J.J. Watt. I mean, I loved watching him play. I don't know about him coming back. I mean, he's had some serious injuries.
Byron?
Well, you figure if he came back, it'd be, he probably pass rush, situation, and throw, probably played 15, 20 plays. He probably got, that in him. But as far as every down guy,
He's 35, man. I mean, and he's been out of the league for how many years?
What, 2 maybe?
2 or 3, yeah.
2 or 3, yeah. I mean, that's got to be tough to be 35 to come back as a lineman. I mean, that's a tough position.
Just to rush the passer. That's all he'll be doing.
Yeah. And, they got a good team, and DeMarco knows what he's doing. I think that coach has done a great job there. But we will take case. I will tell you, going back to the Jets, if that defense shores up like you're saying, they're going to be tough. Because remember my stats, 80-10 when he holds teams under 20 points.
Yeah, but Miami, getting back to them for a second, that they're loading. You got Chop Robinson. He's a good prospect. You're gonna have Phillips. Hopefully he comes back, and Bradley Chubb. They have 3 good pass rushers too. So if they come back healthy, it's going to be close. It's going to be very interesting. The AFC.
Well, Phillips will be back healthy. I can almost guarantee you that. I seen him in February. He was walking around then just barely limping. I mean, a very slight limp. He was talking with everybody. He was on his feet all day, and he was looking good. I mean, he's a bit taller than me, and I'm 6'5", and he's just a big old boy, and he was feeling good. He said he was feeling real good.
Well, we'll see what takes. But when we're getting closer to seasons, we'll see what happens. I mean, Byron, I'm excited for football to get more in depth. To be the Jets and our Dolphins surpassing the Bills. Yeah, I would agree. I think this year, if Rodgers can stay upright and we stay on track, yes, I would agree with that. So let's give a couple pieces. I want to give a shout out to our coach, John Mazurik, for our park dedication in our hometown of Perth Amboy, New Jersey. We dedicated, what's the park? Rudy Park?
Yeah, Rudy Park.
On the basketball courts.
Outer Bridge Crossing.
Outerbridge Crossing, underneath the Outerbridge Crossing, the basketball courts are named after him. He was a great coach. He won many championships. He actually won a state championship undefeated. So Coach John Missouri. Coach, thank you for everything you've done for our town. Thank you for everything you've done for the kids and us. And he's just a stand-up guy. I also regret, Benny and I both regret, just so on the record, on the podcast, on Jersey Boys Podcast, you heard it, Coach. We regret not listening to you when you wanted to start a golfing team.
Really, man? Golf?
Yeah, because that's how we asked. Really, golf, Coach? You crazy? Because we thought golf was for pretty boys. This and that. Boy, that was the dumbest move we could have ever made. I would have loved to have been able.
He was a good golfer too.
He still is. What do you mean good? He was good. He's still a good golfer. I wish I would have picked it up. I still, I'm struggling still. You don't play enough. I wish I was in it back then. It would have been a change the name. So, Coach, I want to tell you, shout out to Coach John Mazurk. I also wanted to, Byron, there was another piece. Oh, have you guys now? For our crowd, we're a PG audience. And just so you know, the Brady roast on Netflix is rough. So, it's not for the kids. It's not for that. But I don't know if you gentlemen saw the roast.
No.
Yep.
Okay. Byron, Did you see the roast?
The whole thing.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
So the parts that I can say on our show is, one, Belichick was pretty funny, but let me tell you something. Every player mentioned Foxborough High School. So he must have said that so many times to his players, right? Because everyone would say, Foxborough High School plays better than you guys. It was kind of funny. But I guess the funniest part was the lady comic when she talked about Brady losing $30 million in crypto.
Yeah, Nikki something, yeah.
Nikki Glaser. Yeah. She said, because, even Gronk was like, me know that not real money.
The Bitcoin. I did catch. She goes, Brady,
you're so smart. How did you know this? Even Gronk knew that you lost $30 million. How do you? Even Gronk knew it. He was like, I know that not real money. I don't know who got roasted worse, Gronk or Brady.
I would say Gronk. They were killing Gronk. They were on him, man. The whole thing from the beginning to the end. They always had something to say about him.
That part made me laugh so hard. I still just rewind it just to hear that part. Because that is fun.
That was hilarious. I caught that.
Me know that now, real money. And Kevin Hart goes, yeah, I did say that. And Gary goes, dude, you're not supposed to add to the joke. The joke was on you. So I thought that was pretty funny. I also thought that, what did Brady say? Brady said a few things. It was rough, man. Let me tell you, they went after everybody pretty hard. But it is a roast. It's on Netflix. And I forgot the other piece I wanted to bring up, but I just wanted the Brady roast was good. I thought Brady did a good job at the end. You know what I mean? I also like that he defended Robert Kraft. You saw that part, Byron, right? When one of the comedians were saying something.
Don't be saying that.
Yeah, don't say that again. Yeah. Like Brady got up and defended Robert Kraft, so you got to give him some respect for him respecting the owner. Even after all the pieces, and it was good to see the players there, and it was funny, but it's not for the faint at heart. It's not for your kids. You know what I mean? It's not for somebody who's watched. It's really tough, rough language, and they went far, man. I mean, it went farther than I've ever seen in a roast. But if you get a chance to see it, Papa Paul, you're old enough to be able to handle those words if that's you want to. But I thought Brady handled it well, and there was something that he did say. Oh, what I wanted to tell you, this is what I wanted to say. So he's like, part of Brady's, and you're gonna enjoy this being my Dolphin fan. He goes, I don't understand the Bills Mafia. He goes, what mafia? At least the mafia, the real mafia, has a ring you can kiss. Okay, that was funny. He's like, how do your mafia? You don't even have a ring you can kiss. The real mafia has a ring you can kiss. So I'll end it with that. But he was roughing it up. Brady for the length of time that he was at Patriots, he definitely changed the game. I mean, what did he win? Go to 10 Super Bowls, 9 Super Bowls with the Patriots,
10.
Right? He went to 10 Super Bowls with the Patriots.
No, 10 total.
10 total. He went to 9
Yeah.
Super Bowls with the Patriots. Played 20 years, so pretty much half his career he was in the Super Bowl while he was with the Patriots. That definitely changed it. And then they were in the playoffs, right? So, I mean,
Yeah.
did he ever miss the playoffs?
Oh, probably.
I don't think Brady's ever missed the playoffs. That's pretty interesting.
No, yeah, no.
while he
not
was a
that I can
while he
think
was a
of.
Patriot, because the first time he started, he won a Super Bowl.
Because the
Right,
one
the
year
first-
he got injured.
Yeah.
and
When he
was
came
out.
in for that's when Matt Cassell came in and then ended up getting a big contract afterwards. All right, gentlemen. Well, Papa Paul, again, how can everybody hear your show? Talk about your show, and you guys do fundraisers too for your things. Tell
Yeah.
our audience a little bit about that before we ended up here.
Well, WCFL Dolphins Talk. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and we do WCFL Helping Hands Incorporated. We raise money for cancer research, polycystic kidney disease research, helping the communities. Like this Saturday, I'm actually going to a ribbon cutting ceremony at the local Humane Society and serving out pulled pork sandwiches and drinks for them there.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome. All right, so it's on Wednesdays at 8:45. Check out the link below. We have a link to their show below. Please check out their show. Papa Paul, it's always a pleasure having you on our show. We're looking forward to talking to you soon, getting ready for the season.
Can't wait.
And we wish the Dolphins good luck. And I'd like to see if I try to make it to a game and meet up with you guys. Right, last time I wasn't able to meet because it was late. My days are long.
Depending on how the schedule falls, I'm going to be gone. There's a week in, I think it's December 1st and December 8th. If it's a home game on the 1st, I'm missing it. If it's an away game, I'm fine with that. The 8th, if it's a home game, I can still make it because I'll be going on a cruise out of Miami and just getting back on the 8th.
Now, when you go, do you go with the crew, some of the crew that's on your show?
To the games?
Yeah.
Yeah. Johnny O is always he's at all the home games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at all the home games. Tom O'Gara comes down once in a while. He's from New Jersey also. Dolphin Winters comes down for 1 or 2 games. He lives in Philadelphia.
That's Eric's
Dolphin
brother.
Winters. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Eric's brother. He'll be going to the New England game up in New England. And that's one game I'm going to try and go to. But yeah, we get together whenever any of them come down to Miami for a game. We all get together. And Johnny O'Hanlon is always he's at all the home games, and he goes to a few of the away games.
Awesome. That's pretty cool. Awesome. All righty, Byron. Always a pleasure. Every Thursday. What time, Byron? I think, but Santiago's got us at 8:15 now, so I don't know why he's got us at 8:15. So it's 8 o'clock, 8:15, between 8 and 8:15, every Thursday. Come and join the Jersey Boys Sports Cast. Leave a comment if you like what you see. If you have some questions, if you want to come on our show, leave a comment. We'll send you the link. You're more than welcome to come on our show. Get prepared to talk some good football, though, please, because we will give you a logical debate. Particularly me, enjoy your day. We're having a good time here. We're looking forward towards the season. See if we make some good moves. We're just praying for the best for the Giants. Byron, just give us a shot. The one thing we got going for us is that no team has ever won back-to-back conference champions over 30 years, over 20-something years. So we always have a shot. So you never know what happens, gentlemen. Thank you again. God bless. And Papa Paul, let me know when you're around. You're in Florida, no?
Yeah.
All right,
yep. I'll be down for the whole first week of training camp.
All right, let me know. We'll meet up. Maybe we'll do something at the training camp.
Sure thing.
All right. God bless you. Have a good night, Byron. Say hello to the family. Let's get going, and let's go. Good night.